Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and it's been a while since I've done a ThruNite video, but I got a new EDC flashlight right here, the ThruNite TC15, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Okay, so as we take a closer look at the ThruNite TC15, I want to point out that this is definitely one of my favorite types of flashlights. Basically small enough to EDC, but not too small where you feel like you're just holding it with your thumb and your forefinger, while at the same time not being so big that you don't want to carry it with you every single day. Because to me, my flashlight is definitely my most used EDC item, and I always have a flashlight on me. Another nice thing about flashlights of this type is that the amount of output that they have has just grown exponentially over the years. For instance, about a year or so ago, I was doing reviews on a flashlight, it's about the same size, and put out about 1200 lumens. This flashlight right here, which is significantly smaller, puts out 2300 lumens off of one single 18650. So you're talking about almost double the lumens in the past year that they've been able to accomplish with these Cree LEDs, and again in a smaller package, so like a perfect EDC size. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the box and I'll show you guys exactly what you get with the ThruNite TC15. Now, as you open it up, you'll see a holster, nothing fancy, just a standard holster, but it works just fine in keeping the flashlight up and out of your pocket. It also has a D-ring on it, so you can lash it to your gear. You also get a spare O-ring, you get the lanyard, and you also get the pocket clip. Now, the nice thing about this flashlight is that it is a rechargeable flashlight, and it recharges directly through the flashlight itself. So they've also given a rechargeable ThruNite 18650, which is great because it means you don't have to spend any extra money on any fancy chargers for these fancy batteries and stuff like that. Simple micro USB port, plug it into the flashlight, plug it into your computer or even your cell phone outlet, anything with a micro USB, and you'll be able to charge your flashlight directly. So you don't even need to open it up to mess with the battery. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the flashlight. We'll talk about some of the attributes and some of the features of it. Now, this flashlight actually has a lot of great features in a really small package. It's got very clear glass, a really nice centered LED. It's got the latest Cree LED with a runtime of over 20 years. Very nice, smooth, and semi-deep reflector. It's Type 3 hard anodized coated. It's IPX8 waterproof. Again, it is rechargeable directly through the flashlight. And one of my favorite parts is it only has one single mode switch. It's got several different modes, and we'll go over those in just a second. But it's got one single mode switch located on the side of the flashlight instead of the rear of the flashlight, which to me is great because every time I accidentally turn on my flashlight in my pocket, it's because I have a rear tail switch that accidentally got pressed. I haven't had that issue with this flashlight, and the fact that this is not rubber, which would eventually wear out, this has a metal mode switch button, really kind of adds to the overall value too. It just means it's going to last a little longer. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this thing outside and I'll show you guys what it's capable of. It's pretty impressive, all the way from 1 lumen to 2300 lumens. Now, like I was saying before, this thing has several modes. We start off with Firefly, that's the one that's 1 lumen, and that will run for 41 and a half days. 41 and a half days, and believe it or not, it's actually a usable amount of light. Low is 25 lumens, medium is 250, high is 1050 lumens. You also have a strobe mode, which runs at 830 lumens. And then turbo, again, at 2300 lumens. Now, keep in mind with turbo on a flashlight this size, it gets very hot. And because it gets really hot, they have to step it down after a little while. So using turbo, you're kind of stuck at around 2 minutes. Then it steps down to 820 lumens, and that's in order to protect the circuits, protect the battery, and basically protect the life of the flashlight. So again, turbo will last for 2 minutes, then it'll step itself down until the flashlight cools off enough where you can go ahead and activate turbo again. That's pretty much standard across every flashlight across the board. That's just how they work. So you have several different lumens. It gets extremely bright, and it has a pretty good beam distance as well. In my backyard, I have 150 yards where I can kind of just shine around and see how far I can get in it. At 100 yards, I'm looking at the back fence. I can still see it absolutely no problem. Everything is nice and bright, and it has a pretty good pattern on it as well. It's got a decent hotspot, decent amount of spill, allows you to see in your peripherals, and it works great. So the ThruNite TC15 is definitely a flashlight worth checking out. I'll put a link down in the description box if you guys are interested. And if you ever need an EDC flashlight, it's definitely one that I would recommend. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys like, subscribe, and have a great day.